What do you do as a leader? My sister, come, don't worry. Okay, let us start like this. When you see people doing like this, there's something they are seeing in you. They just want your eye to open to realize it and later hit the stuff. That is where system work. Not that you just bring. What happened to them? They are not used to bringing. Bring one, bring two. Are they used to it? No. They are not used to it. What would they do? I don't bring one. How can they talk to people? They don't know how to talk to people. How can they help them? So you as a mentor, as a leader, what do? My dear, come. This is the way we do it. Okay? First of all, let me place somebody for you. I have gone far. People connect to me. Instead of putting all of them for myself, what do? Take this. Go and learn how to do registration. The day you learn how to do registration, I can give you. But if you don't know how to do registration, you remain there because I don't know how to give free food. The business has started, right? Then, where are you? Take, give. Oh yeah, do the registration. Mama, I've learned how to do registration. Take this person, take the details, take everything, and do your registration. That person I've given you, do the same thing I did to you, to that person. Go and look for where I can come and talk for you. Go and look for where I will come and help you to talk. And when we go there, anybody after talking, anybody there is for you. Anybody want to buy product is for you. It's not for me. I've gotten to that level. My registration personally is over 500. What am I doing with them? So it is to look for among the team who is good, who is not lazy, who is good. Take this super. Take this. But if you are not training yourself, you are not building, you cannot eat a free food. You must pay price. Are you getting me? Mama, I know this person, but I don't know how to talk to you. The person is so familiar with me. What is the number? You see it? What is the number? Give me the attendant. Let me talk to them. They will listen to me. What am I trying to say? Learn how to impact. Leave yourself empty. As you are helping somebody, you are helping yourself. When you don't help anybody, only you will stand. Only you will fall. Only you will do everything. Are you with me? So I want to encourage every one of you that this business, am I having any time to talk again after he has come? Would I have any other time? Okay. Because I want to unleash some important things for you people. And then the people that came early, there's something for you. The people that will stay, is there a food draw? Have you seen people carrying yam to go out in a business like this? So some people will win yam. There's no food in the country, so we don't do recharge. We do recharge and we do food. Are you getting me? If we do money now, you go and pay for the pressing something. But the food will go with your family, so no pressing need. Are you with me? Very important. So start praying to your God so that you win that particular one, so that you can go with a bag of a tuber. Many things will go, but all has to go on food because we all need food now. Are you with me? So that is it. So please, those that will stay, the first set of people that came, are they available? We have something for that, at least 10. We have something. She talked about this. Then before I said that I fell, I finished something, I would just go, I just miss my step. So when I fell, you know when you are falling, you want to have this thing to hold to gain balance. People were far, they feel as if they should rush to me. I was still struggling to gain balance. Only my knees went down. It now hit the floor. Bam. I said, no problem. When I wake up, I cannot do my leg like this. I said, I want to wear high heel. Which one be this one? What is happening? I just came straight. I used this one on my wrist. Are you getting it? I used it. It was already swelling. I laughed. After using it, I went back. I said, this, they call it wrist something. Not dislocation, no, but it will just swell. I got to. When I wake up the next morning, after eating the right product I am eating, which is food, that contains calcium, highly in fiber and calcium. That is what I want to introduce to you guys. I wake up the next day. Okay, I told Favor, I go wear high heel. See me. I'm wearing my high heel. And then I can't do it like this. I was here. When you have information, you know what to do. Nothing will pin you down. Are you getting it? When you see people having dislocation problem, they don't know what to do. So that is why you are there, to meet up with them. Put it online. Put it everywhere. Are you getting me? So I'm going to introduce my son. Is it not yet time? I'm going to introduce my son. Anytime I see him, I'm so proud of him. I'm happy. When you raise a child and the child is doing well, what do? Are you not happy? So he can do it for me many times. I was not around. I was in abroad. I call him, go to social place, go online, train the people. Are you getting me? Do you know what it is when you are tired, nowhere to go, and somebody you have from nowhere just came to? That is what connects me and him. When I'm looking for people, I now remember another person. Some in US, some in different countries. I can call them to do things. Are you getting me? So big, that is, you not having money, but you have people around you. You are rich. You are rich. You can't suffer. God touch in mind. I say, me give me 100,000. Me tell me no. I will give him. Why will he tell me no with all that you are doing? What is the challenge? Let me know. Are you getting it? Or the one I will call in abroad. What is wrong with you guys? I need 100K. I need 50 to solve, to buy the recharge card. Then the person will give me a story. What did you now learn? Are you getting me? I don't want to go into motivation. I don't want to go in relationship. He's going to do a lot for you. Just listen and record. And those of us that want to travel abroad, wait. Okay? Something is happening. Okay? So, Mr. Kelly. I don't want to say my one and only. My song. This photo. Mr. Caleb, I want to introduce you to the podium. Come on board and come and hug your mommy, or how do you want to do it? No, sir, they look for trouble. I've asked him just now, where is the wife? Where is the babe? I want to see her because he's due. Don't put eye, yo. No, I said don't put eye, he's due. Okay, thank you. God bless you, I appreciate you. Thank you for what you're about to do today.
Thank you, ma'am. Please celebrate Mama Kombi. All right, thank you, everyone. Again, put your hands together for my mommy. And I really want to appreciate her a lot. And I think we're going to start from there, because, okay, before I continue, I really want every one of you to celebrate yourself. Put your hands together for yourself. Thank you for making it out. Thank you for making our time to be here today. And are we ready for this session? How many of us were in the online session that I had the other time? Okay. I think we had a few persons that were on the online session. And by the grace of God, I hope that this session will be a transformative one for us. All right. Can we hear me? Please, can the loudness come from there? Because I don't know how to shout. And no, they should amplify the speaker a little so that I don't get to shout too much. All right, so like I said, I'm going to start from Mama Kombi. There are several lessons that we can learn from her as a person. I always tell people, success leaves clues. Whenever you want to get into a venture and you want to be successful in anything, right? One of the cheapest way or one of the smartest way is to study people that have achieved some level of success, right? And study their patterns, understand what they do. Because if you do what they do, you will get the same results. That's the truth, right? Success leave clues. There are always paths. There are always, steps that you can look at and study and follow and observe. And when you apply those same principles in your life, you realize that, oh, if it's getting too high, don't worry, reduce it. I'll see how I can increase my voice. So that, all right. Okay, so before I continue, I would love for us to say a word of prayer. That's my usual self, because I believe that sometimes it's not about the information that we share. It is the spirit that is passed many years ago. Some of you might even know it. If you have been with her for years, it's H2I. And then my upline then was in Akure, because I registered in those states. My upline was in Akure, and the guy was not funny at all. He was this kind of guy that whenever we want to go out for a presentation, I will have to buy him fuel in his car. I will buy him food, right? And then he would do the presentation, and then he will now register the person. And if he's going to register the person, he will still make money from that registration, right? Because I was his upline. And there are times that it became so bad that there are times after we've registered somebody, he will now go behind me and re-register the person. I had one of the most terrible uplines, but one thing was certain: I was unwilling to give up. That's number one character trait you must have if you want to scale this business. You are going to face challenges. You are going to face things that would want to discourage you, right? But one thing is certain: you should never stop, because no matter how resistant challenges are, there's a saying that says persistence will always wear out resistance. So you must keep moving. Put your eyes on the goal. Regardless of what is happening, put your eyes on the goal. So I met her, and then she encouraged me. In your journey of life, there are some times where you don't even believe in yourself. Somebody will have to believe in you first before you believe in yourself will step in. And that was exactly what she did. At some point, I even got tired of the business, to the extent that even the small money I use in registering, I told my upline, please, is there a way the company can just refund me that small money? Let me just go and live my life, But she believed in me until I grew to that point whereby I had to now believe in myself that, wow, it's possible, And that was one of the major roles she played in my journey. And that's why anytime, you can call me anytime, whether 2 a.m. or 5 a.m., anytime. I'm this kind of person who, by the grace of God, I've been building my personal brand, online in Benin and all of that. So I'm not somebody who is always out there. I restrict myself on some certain movements for some certain reasons because of my personal brand. But of course, she has sown a major seed in my life that anytime she can always reach out to me, and I will always give her that honor. So once again, put your hands together for her. And another thing that you also need to observe about her, which I would define like this: there's a difference between success and a successful life. A success is somebody who gets things done. Some of you now, you can be in Superlife and you are making money. Yes, you have built, you get your car, and then maybe you have traveled out. You are successful on your own, right? But a successful life is somebody who gets things done through others. A successful life is somebody who can get things done in succession. Meaning, even when she doesn't do anything, things are happening. That's when you say somebody is living a successful life. Because anybody can just be successful. But living a successful life requires a deeper level of paying attention to people, intentionally raising people. Are you aware? God was able to rest in the seventh day, not because he is God, but because he has been able to build systems that can make him rest. So it's not, if God had not built system, God would have still been working till today. So he didn't rest because his name is God. No, he rested because he has built system that can give him that permission to rest. Now my question to you is, are you building the kind of system or the kind of network that in another 3-4 years you can rest? Else you will keep working forever. Are you getting the point? And for you to rest, you have to build system. And in the nature of the business that we do, the system regulates around people. You heard her when she was always saying, I think I learned that thing from her. Mama Akombi will tell you, see, go and do that presentation. If you like, you fail. You will fail and you will learn. If you go to the podium there, if everything you just came here to do is Superlife, no wahala, next week you will repeat that same presentation. If you like, every week be coming to say Superlife, no problem. She will be patient with you. But that thing, you must learn it. Why? She knows that she will not always be here for you people. A time will come where she would need to leave that stage and put you out there and you'll be able to perform. And that is a major character trait every one of us should learn. Are we following? Because sometimes it's not how much of intelligence you have, it's how much of some of these character traits that you're able to possess. And let me be honest with you, most times it's not the most intelligent that gets to the top. Mama Akombi talks very slowly. She can be talking small. But she has a lot of uniqueness that have made her who she is today. Some of you can even talk more than her. Your voice is very loud. But let me tell you the truth. It's not by how loud your voice is. She's a long-term thinker. She thinks 5 years ahead. She knows. She thinks 10 years ahead. And then she prepares today for that 10 years. So it's a major thing every one of you should observe. Are you getting the point? And sometimes she may not even know how powerful what she's doing is. Very, very powerful. You may not understand. Very powerful. She thinks ahead. She's a long-term thinker. So, and like I said, sometimes it's not the most intelligent that really gets to the top. There's a guy you can Google him. His name is Christopher Langan. Christopher Langan has an IQ of 180. As a matter of fact, he's the most intelligent person in the world. Do you know what it means to have an IQ of 180? Let me explain. For you, if you have an IQ, most of us that have gone through school and then we've done so well in school, maybe you've done, let's say you graduated from school with the first class, the highest level of IQ you can have is 120. As a matter of fact, somebody who has 120 is somebody who, for instance, you wrote JAM and you got 100 over 100. That's somebody who has an IQ of 120. And that's what we call perfect score. Whenever you write an exam and you get perfect score, that means your IQ has been built to a level of around 120. And guess what? Christopher Langan has an IQ of 180. He's the smartest guy in the world. But guess what? If he was to be in this room and this room was to be a paid class and probably we are charging about 200,000 or 300,000 naira per person, he would have not been able to afford to be in this room. Why? Because he's just smart, but he's not wealthy. As a matter of fact, if you study him very well, do you know the job that he does? He's a bouncer in a club in US. A guy that has an IQ of 180. What should that tell you? Sometimes it's not how smart you are or how intelligent you are. It's not how intelligent you are. There are several character traits that you need to possess to be able to achieve some certain kind of results. And one of it, again, another one that I'm going to cite is your ability to build quality relationships. She's one person that doesn't segregate, in anybody. Whether you are high, is a skill. She has a way she relates to people that are up there, relate to people that are in her level, and relate to people that are seemingly below her level. It's a relationship. You have to build a relationship skill. You have to be a person of the people. Because a guy who knows everything, or a guy who knows everything, will always work for the guy who knows everybody. Let me say that again in case you didn't hear me. The guy who knows everything will always work for the person, or will always work for the guy who knows everybody. You have to be a people person if you want to succeed in this business. And no matter, and trust me, in the process of working with people, you are going to meet, some funny people. People who would say some nasty things to you, and then you just, sometimes because of, you want to just feel that ego and like, oh, who is this one talking to me? Are you insane? But you should always learn how to manage your emotions. It's called emotional intelligence. If you really want to build, if you want to sustain relationship with people, one of the skills you must master is emotional intelligence. Regardless of how people is. And this is what I say. People will always relate with you to the extent that they know. If anybody does not honor you with what you carry, it is a function of their defects, not your defect. Because people will only honor you to the extent to which they know, not who you truly are. So if somebody talks to you anyhow, do you know what you do? Just you should first of all tell yourself that the person is talking to you that way because the person, that's his own capacity, that's the way he reasons. Not because that is who you truly are in true essence. Are you following now? So, building relationships is very, and of course, this is one thing that cost me a lot in my career, in my journey. I was this kind of guy that if you send me one kind of message, if I reply you, you will think of your life. But unknowingly to me, I was destroying relationships. Because sometimes there are some people that will even talk to you or send you a kind of funny message, not because they have a wrong intention. Their intentions might be right, but their presentation is wrong. Sometimes forget the presentation, collect their intention. They may want you to do better, but they didn't know how to present it to you. But if you react to them with the way they sent it back to you, at the end of the day, you will not be able to get the lesson from it. And you will lose out. I had that challenge in my business. And then I started losing people until I got to a point in my life. I said, if I must be a leader, and if I must lead people successfully, one of the things I need to learn is relationship management. Sometimes it can be difficult, but that's what makes you a true leader. It takes a lot. You have to bear a lot of things. You have to swallow a lot of nonsense. You have to put your personal ego aside and accept people the way they are. Accept them the way they are. Are we following? So, it's a major character trait that every one of us should have if you want to scale your business. So before I start talking about scaling in itself, I needed to, address some of these things, right? Because sometimes there are some of the intangible skill sets that we need, that no matter what we do on the outside, if those skill sets are not developed, you will be sabotaging your goals. This is you want to get to this point, but your habits, your emotional level cannot accommodate that level of power. For you to be in power, it takes more than just skill. For you to command people, it takes more than just intelligence. It takes a high level of character. Because if you get there without the good character, you will fall well. So for you to get there and stay there, there are certain character traits you must build with time. And sometimes, one thing I tell people, network marketing, don't just see it as a money generating system. also see it as a personal capacity development system. Because at the end, it's not how much you are able to achieve, it's who you become at the end of the day that matters. Who are you becoming in the process? What are you learning? What relationships are you building? In fact, that's the biggest part of network marketing for me. Because you can be driving a car, yet everybody is easing. When you pass, everybody will ease. Are you aware? Yeah. Why? Because you have climbed people to get that car. You have killed relationship to get that car. So, see, there's nobody that is as poor as somebody who has money and then he has nobody. You are the poorest person in the world, because the day your money will fail you, it's only people that will help you. So in the process of all your ambitions, all your aspirations, please don't trade relationship for anything. It is important. Because no matter what you get, no matter the cars that you are driving, no matter the trips that you've gone, if people cannot talk well of you, as a matter of fact, that's not success to me. Because people are the most critical factor in your journey. In anything you do, please put people as a priority. Are we together now? All right, so I'm going to share a little about how you can scale your business and some of the strategies you can use to scale your business. But first, let me also talk about money. Money is important. Money is important. Tell somebody close to you that money is important. As a matter of fact, are you aware that they have deceived us to think this is planet Earth? But let me be honest with you, this is not planet Earth. This is economic planet. Because in this planet, money is not everything, but everything is money. Money is not everything, but everything is what? It's money. If you don't have money on this planet, you are almost not able to achieve anything in your life. So, there's what I call the BMW of money. How many of us know BMW? BMW is a car, right? But the one I'm talking about is not the BMW car. It's the BMW of money. So what is the B? The B is blood. Are you aware that when you are short of blood, what happens to you when you are short of blood is what happens to you when you are short of money? What happens to you when you are short of blood? You will just be angry for no reason. What happens to you when you are short of blood? Your eyes will be turning you. Are you aware it's the same thing that happens to you when you are short of money? Because what money is, or what blood is to your human life, is what money is to your economic life. Number 2, where do they store blood? Blood bank. Where do they store money? So when I say money is blood, as a matter of fact, there's no such thing as blood money, but money is blood. So if they store blood in blood bank, where do they store money? They store money in the bank. Now, does blood flows? Blood flows, right? The money flows. That's why they call it what? Cash flow. So research has shown that the very characteristics of blood is almost the same characteristics of money. Now the question is, how do you get more blood into your life? What do you do if you want to increase your blood level? What do you do? Take vegetables. Eat good food. Fine. Now, what vegetable is to your blood is what network marketing is to your financial life. Or you can also call it sales. Are you aware the biggest thing we do in network marketing is selling? That's why I always tell people, see, if there's somebody in your village, if anybody ever calls you with poverty in your village, the moment you master sales and how to sell effectively, that course can never work. You cannot course a salesman with poverty. It's not possible. As a matter of fact, the person that did the course on him will buy from him. Because sales is one of the most powerful ways you can direct. That's why as a salesman, you can never be broke. As long as you are in the business of selling products, in this context, Superlife, you can never be broke. So what do? You need to now know how to sell more. And that's one of the reasons for this conversation. You need to know how to sell more, because the more you improve your skill set on selling, guess what happens? You improve the cash flow that comes to you. And let me be honest with you. Recently, I was teaching some persons the physics of finance. There's what I call the physics of finance. The physics of finance says if the speed of your income is higher than the speed of your expenses, you arrive at what we call escape velocity of poverty. Sometimes it's not the expenses that is the problem. It's just that your income level is low. So the moment you increase the speed of your income, your expenses becomes irrelevant. For somebody who is earning about 10 million naira per month, are you aware that you will go to a fuel station and you will not check the price per liter? You will not care. Why? Because your income is way more than what your expenses is saying. Are we following the point now? Yes. So sometimes it's not for you to start cutting down expenses. No. Sometimes it's for you to focus more on increasing the cash flow that comes to you. Increasing your what? Your expenses. So how do you increase your income? How do you increase your expenses? How do you scale your business to earn more, to make more in your business? Right? Please, can I use the board now? Which of the markers? Okay, so there are 4 things we would need to address. So we are talking about how you can scale your business in what? In this economy. Now, first of all, you have to understand that there are 2 major kinds of economy, right? There are 2 major categories of economy. There's what we call the national economy and the world economy, right? We have the national economy and the world economy. Then we also have your personal economy. Now, the national economy and the world economy falls in what I call the circle of concern. Meaning you need to be aware what is happening in your country. You need to be aware globally what is happening economically, in the world at large. You need to understand the trends. You need to understand what is going on. However, there's also the part of the economy that has to do with your circle of influence. Meaning, circle of concern are actually the part of the economy that you cannot control. You cannot control what's happening in Nigeria. You cannot control what is happening in the world, right? Are we following? Yes. But you can control your personal economy. That's why I call it the circle of influence. Thank you, sir. We can manage it. So we have what? We have the global economy. We have the national economy here. Then we also have what? The personal economy. So here, this is what we call the circle of concern. Meaning you have to be concerned. You need to know what's happening. While here we have the word circle of influence. This is what the conversation is going to be about. Circle of influence means this is where you can influence. What are the things that you need to do to influence your personal economy? What are the things that you need to do to boost your personal economy, right? Now, let me quickly say this. First of all, you have to understand that Nigeria problem is not your problem. And don't take it personal. Some of us have taken Nigerian problem too personal. And that's why we are not focusing on our own problem. Yes. So Nigeria problem is what? Is not your problem. Do you know why? Because even before you were born, Nigeria had a problem. Now that you are alive, Nigeria still has a problem. Even when you die, Nigeria will continue to have problem. So let's leave Nigeria's problem. Focus on your own problem first. Because, if you can even solve your problem, you have a better chance of even trying to help Nigerian problem to be solved. Look at people like Aliko Dangote, Femi, these are guys that are controlling the economy now in Nigeria. Why? Because they've been able to sort out their own personal problem, personal economy. Now they are looking at, okay, what can we do for our nation? How do we improve Africa? Because you cannot have that conversation if this has not been sorted out. Are we together? Yes. Now, so what it means is there are four things you need to always focus on. The first one is what we call revenue. How you approach these four areas of your life is very important. The first one is revenue. The second one is savings, investments. We have revenue, we have savings, we have investments. There's one more. Okay, maybe before I finish, I'll be able to remember the last one. Now, you should always figure out how you can increase your what? Your revenue in this business. It's very important. How you can do what? Increase your revenue in this what? In this business. Now, in increasing your revenue, there are several things you must do consistently. Number one, you must build what? Branding. As a matter of fact, there's a level you will get to. Your branding does not end at branding, it becomes a movement. For example, are you aware I Can Be is not a branding anymore, it's a movement. That's why you have the likes of the VDMs. When you become a movement, you gain attention. Why? Because attention is the new currency now. If you don't know, please know it. The more attention, sometimes it's not the best product that's selling anymore. It's the product that can attract the highest level of attention. And that's where branding comes in. So as a person, you must be able to build your personal brand. Who are you? How much attention do you have? How much visibility do you have on the social media space? So I'm going to share with you how you're going to do that. Now, the next one you need to also look at is testimonials. Testimonials. The next one is what? Association. We have branding, we have testimonials, we have association. Now, let's deep dive more into branding. Now, branding is something that helps you to build your what? Your PV. Okay, let me write this. PV is a formula that I have. PV plus AV is equal to CCF. The PV means perceived value. PV here means what? Perceived value. AV here means actual value. CCF here means consistent cash flow. Now, no matter how much actual value you have, if you don't know how to build perceived value, there will still be a limitation. Are you following me at all? Please, I need us to pay attention. If you no matter how much actual value you have, you must learn to what? Build perceived value. So what is perceived value? Perceived value is the perception people have about you. Even before anybody meets you, they should be able to perceive you in a particular manner. For example, are you aware that for Mama Kombi to go into a bank and do a presentation for 10, 15 minutes, sometimes it's not just her presentation that is making people buy. It's the perceived value that they have for her. Why? Because sometimes nobody wants to give you the kind of money that they think you have not touched. Nobody wants to give you the kind of money that they think you have not touched. You imagine you want to get into a place and say you want to empower them to be financially free. The first question they will ask you is, are you empowered? The first question they will be asking, and sometimes they will not ask you that question, no. In their mind, they will be looking at this person that wants to come and empower me. Your shoe does not look empowered. Because see, it's only God that sees the heart. The Bible says men look at what? The outward appearance. So there's a way you will show up. They will be, even before you start, in their mind, they'll say this one is MMM. And guess what? A lot of times, you know what they'll tell you? They'll tell you, I will get back to you. And you know when Nigerians tell you, I will get back to you, it's forever. Why? Because sometimes our perceived value is wrong. The way we position ourselves is already wrong. So somebody who wants to do business with you in a big way, they will think twice. Why? Because your perceived value has an issue. So how do you build your perceived value? Maybe this way I will just focus on because of the time I have. How do you build your perceived value? One of the ways you build your perceived value is what we call, brand association. Brand association. There's a saying or there's a rule that says brands rub off on brands. You need to learn to build your brand mileage. For example, I think, are you aware there are some people that have watched this particular movie that Mama Nkobi acted in, Spirituals? How many of us know she acted in that movie? A lot of people, in fact, when I was watching the movie, I say, see Mama Nkobi. Are you aware that is perceived value? What it means is, anybody who have watched that movie and knows that Mama Kombi acted in that movie, the moment she shows up, for the fact that she has positioned herself in that way, are you aware over 70% of the work is done? Why? Because she consciously built perception. Sometimes when she goes abroad and then she snaps those snow, inside my mind I say, Mama, carry me along. I'm just saying the fact. You have to understand how the psychology of people work. So she intentionally built, even when we were doing those network marketing, then she built perception. Meaning, you don't have to know how much is in her account. Why? Because the way she shows up online, the way she shows up in physical, already give you a perception that this woman is not broke. So when she's coming to you and tell you, I want you to register in a business of 5 million, you will not want to argue. Why? Because you know that she's way bigger than 5 million. Like I said, nobody will want to give you the kind of money that they think you have not touched. Nobody wants to help you out of poverty. The moment they see you that you are poor, they want to leave you there. It's not their money you used to blow. Are you getting the point? So, you need to consciously build what? Perceived value. And like I said, one of the ways you build perceived value is what? Your association. Where people see you. Sometimes, I beg you, there are some pictures you will snap in some certain kind of places that you should not post online. You imagine you snap a picture and then at the back of the picture you are seeing a very rust zinc. Or maybe you are seeing one fowl at the back of the picture. Or maybe At the back of the picture, they are seeing erosion. In fact, they'll be pitying for you as though the erosion wants to carry you. And then you post it there and say you are a wealth consultant like this. I don't understand. Meaning, what you are preaching is contradicting the things that they see about you online. So meaning, you are not building a good perception about yourself. Are you getting the point? So sometimes some of you have to intentionally go to Protea Hotel. You don't want to go and do anything. Just tell somebody, please, carry camera, just follow me. You don't understand. The reason why is because you need to consciously build your perception. See, perception is everything. Is everything. You want to do a business like me now, that I'm into real estate. I sell high-ticket business or high-ticket products of over 3 million, 5 million. The reason I went to go and buy this phone, this is a Fold 3. The reason I went to go and buy this phone is not because I have other 2 phones, but I needed to buy this phone. Why? Because when I'm having a conversation with you, and you are telling me, and I'm telling you I want to sell a property of 3 million naira, and the phone I'm using is doing like this. I don't need any angel to tell me that you are a scam. And it's possible that you are not even a scam. But you have already sent a wrong perception about yourself. And sometimes, even when I'm having that conversation, the phone is not ringing. I will just intentionally open the phone. I will be doing as though I'm pressing something. I'm not pressing anything. It's psychology. Are you getting the point? So, and number 2, you have to also build testimonials. Do you know why? Now, there's a principle around that, and that principle is people always want to go to where other persons are going to. People always want to buy what others are buying. It's what we call the FOMO bias. FOMO bias means the fear of missing out. Have you ever been on Play Store one day, on Play Store, and then you saw 2 different apps? The first app that you saw, 2 different apps that are doing the same thing. The first app that you saw 1,000 downloads. And then you move to another app, you saw 10 million downloads. How many of you will attest to the fact that you want to rather download the one of 10 million? Why? Because your mindset is already telling you that for 10 million people have to have downloaded this. It means that's the one that is most working. Are you getting the point? And that's what we call, and that's what testimonials can do for you. Whenever you sell a product, or when somebody talks about Superlife, post it online. Why? Because everybody wants to go to where everybody is already going to. Are we getting the point now? So, it is very important. As a matter of fact, there's a story of a company in the US that wanted to sell a particular drink. They realized that that drink wasn't selling. They took it to the market. People were not buying. Do you know what they did? They now carried the empty can of that drink and started, and did what? They trashed it in almost all the cans in the US. They would just carry like 10, trash it in this can, trash it. So, do you know what that was doing? It was making people think that, people are consuming this drink, And guess what? They've already gone to distributors to distribute the drink. And the distributors were complaining that people were not buying this drink, that the drink has just been stuck in their warehouse. The moment they did that, you know what happens? The distributors started calling them. Guys, what did you do? People will now start demanding for the drink. Why? Because they create a perception to make everybody think that others are already drinking it. Are you seeing the point? So you must create a perception, or you must create a scenario to make people feel like, or to make people think that people are using Superlife. Because everybody wants to go to where others are going to. Is a law. Let me be honest with you. People don't buy what you are selling. People only buy what others are buying. I'm going to say that again. People don't actually buy what you are selling. See, let me tell you the fact. If you want to be a sales guru, Forget about the product. Build all of these things that I'm telling you today. Build it. First of all, build your perception. Secondly, be very big at testimonials. Make people think that others are patronizing you. You realize that more people want to patronize you. It's a science. Are we following? Then I talked about association. Sometimes there are some certain people you just want to take picture with. Let me tell you something that happens. As a real estate person, there was one day in 2022, I went to Banana Island for a conference with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I don't know how many of us know him. He's very big in real estate. And then I took a picture with him. The moment I posted that picture on Facebook, my God, there was a guy that said, he has been seeing me, he does not know what I'm doing in real estate, blah, 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 and all of that. Then the moment he said he saw me with Dr. Stephen Akintayo, that was the first day he called me. He said, bros, how can I see you? Do you know what I did? Or do you know what happened there? There's what we call brand rub off on brands. Meaning, I can sell this wristwatch. Let's assume this wristwatch is 200,000 or 50,000, for instance. I can sell this wristwatch for what? For 5 million naira. Do you know what I would do? I will use other brands to trigger this brand. First thing I will do is I'll call T.Y. Bello to come and take a snapshot of this wristwatch. You know who T.Y. Bello is? T.Y. Bello does photo shoots for, presidents, big shots. And then I'll take this wristwatch, I'll put it
you.